The British monarchy had never quite come to terms with the power of television or appreciated its need to reduce its subject matter to the level of a soundbite. Ingrid Seward writes in her book The Queen and I, The Untold Story.
One of the most intimate looks ever at the British royal family was shown to the public in the 1960s but has reportedly been sitting in a vault ever since. In 1969, Prince Philip agreed to open the royal doors of Buckingham Palace for a landmark BBC documentary called The Royal Family. Revealed how Princess Diana knew Charles and Camilla were serious. Prince William's promise to Princess Diana revealed, "I will give I."
Their activities ranged from Prince Philip grilling sausages at Balmoral Castle to the Queen making smaltic with former U.S. President Richard Nixon.
Royal biographer Ingrid Seward revealed in her book, The Queen and I, The Untold Story, how legendary anthropologist and wildlife expert David Attenborough blasted former BBC director Richard Costin over the making of the royal documentary in a letter.
David Attenborough said, "You're killing the monarchy, you know, with this film you're making."
The renowned broadcaster wrote furiously in 1969 to the producer-director of the controversial and groundbreaking BBC television documentary.
Then a BBC controller, he wrote, "The whole institution depends on mystique and the tribal chief in his hut.
If any member of the tribe ever sees inside the hut, then the whole system of the tribal chiefdom is damaged, and the tribe eventually disintegrates."
Ms. Seward claims in the 2000 biography it was a warning which was ignored, and, in retrospect, the program came to be seen to have given fateful encouragement to exactly the kind of intrusive interest in their lives which the royal family were at such pains to avoid.
On 2018 Amazon Prime documentary The Story of the Royals, experts claim the documentary kicked off the scrutiny the royals now receive from the public and the press.
Laura Mayhall, co-editor of Women's Suffrage in the British Empire, said in the special, "I think the monarchy, in a very interesting way in the 1960s, tried to get out ahead of this notion they were out of touch or they were unapproachable."
She said, "It's really a vehicle for us to see a little bit behind the scenes so we can understand the monarchy as people like us."
The documentary was considered a public relations success. However, even though it was a huge achievement, the Queen reportedly ordered it to be put away in a vault, and it has never been seen in its entirety since then.
Robert Lacey, historical consultant on Netflix's The Crown, said they realized that if they did something like that too often, they would cheapen themselves, letting the magic seep out.